Hi, it's Hans at HappierMan.com. Today's topic is enjoy your life fully now. I'm driving up to get my mom. She and I live about an hour away. So it's nice. I can get up to her house without, too much time, right? An hour there, visit, hour back. It's been nice all these years. And then from there, I'm taking her up to see her brother, my uncle. It's her last living brother and my last living uncle. And we're going to go up and visit him. That's another 2 to 2.5 hour drive from her house. And, truthfully, I don't want her to try to drive that by herself. So I try to take her. She's in her low 80s, he's in his low 70s, and obviously a man in the nursing home means he's not that great of health, right? And she's in much better health, but still she's in her 80s, right? So I get the point of the title, enjoy your life fully now, is at some point you and I are going to be them, right? That we're going to be older, we're going to be frailer, we're going to be weaker, we're going to be less energy, less strength, less ability to do things, and I think one of the biggest things will be you're going to have less desire to do anything. If you just look back to the passage of time of your own life, you probably are satisfied doing a lot less than you did 10 years ago. 10 years ago, when I was in my late 40s, I had left my wife. So in my 40s, I enjoyed going out all the time. I would go out Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and Sunday afternoons. I would be out on the town all the time. I was looking for fun, looking for excitement, looking to meet new ladies, looking to meet new friends, looking to have a good time. And now, I still love that. But I'm not going to do it multiple days on a weekend. One weekend night is enough. Maybe every other weekend, maybe one weekend a month, right? I just don't have the desire or the energy to go out multiple times in a week. And I don't think as I get older that will lessen, right? I think it'll get more in, right? That'll be satisfied with less going out. So you want to do the things that make you happy now, because later on in life those things aren't going to be available to you. You're not going to want to do them. You may not physically be able to do that, right? You have to, what you can do physically now, do it now. What you have a desire for now, do it now. You're not going to be able to do it later. Later, you won't be able to, right? I talk to my mom all the time. My dad is gone. I have a brother and a sister, and they're talking to her too all the time. But to keep her going, keep her happy. We love her, and we want her to be happy and satisfied and content with life, and we want to know if anything needs attention, for one thing, and at a minimum we want to help her have a good life. But by talking to her all the time, I realize when you get people up in their 80s, they don't really want to do that much. They don't have the desire to do anything, and the things that they do for enjoyment are pretty limited. They have to be very brief, not much stress and strain, not a lot of effort, right? They don't have the efforting anymore. Those days are gone. So if the things you want to do involve considerable effort, do them now. Do them now. I've taken 2 massive trips overseas this year, 2 weeks each. Spent a lot of money. It was a lot of effort, but I had like the time of my life. Last year in 2022, I took a 2-week trip out west. It was a lot of effort. I spent a lot of money, but I had the time of my life. Earlier this year, I had a 5-day trip out west. A lot of effort, a lot of fun, but 80-year-old people aren't going to do what I did on that trip. They're not going to get up at 3 in the morning and drive 1,000 miles to get to someplace cool in a day, and then go out every night partying hard, and then spending all day out in exploring and having fun in that way, and then getting back to work a few days later, right? That isn't going to happen. You have to do this kind of stuff now. I have another big trip overseas in about a week and a half. I'll be leaving, and it's only a week and a half trip. I just, time-wise, I couldn't spare more time. I have a brief window, and that's what you'll find as a working man, is you don't always have enormous amounts of free time to do the fun things. You have to use your effort, use your energy, use your money to have your fun in a brief amount of time, and that's why a lot of guys want to try to retire early so they have more time. But I'm not convinced that this is going to work for all of you. I'm at a position I don't think I can retire early. I need to work longer to make more money. I've talked about I was in a marriage. My finances were destroyed. I need to keep working and make money to ensure my future, even if the future is just sitting around watching TV like most old people do. But I want that future to also have the memories that I'm creating now. Like I said, the last year I just had massive success, and the fun I had is something that I hope I have the memory, when I'm old, that I will remember those trips and the fun things I did on those trips. And that's why you want to do it now. And there's also, let's say you're assuming that you'll do all this fun after you retire in your 60s. You may not make it. You may not make it till your 60s. I have a list in my success journal of all the friends that have died in their 40s, 50s, and early 60s, before they had a chance to retire and have all the free time to do all the stuff they wanted to do. Well, they're not doing it, right? They're dead. Their time is past. So I think waiting till retirement to enjoy your life is a fool's game. You have vacation time, you have weekends, you have evenings, you have holidays. You should be able to squeeze in fun and adventure and enjoyment in that time. You don't want to use too much of that free time for chores around the house, or running errands, or watching other people have fun right on the big screen on the TV. You want to have the fun. I mean, this this is so clear if you just take the time to listen to old people. They don't have any desire to do much. They're not making plans for fun and adventure and trips and explorations. They just want to be home. They just want to be home. And I love being home too, but I like to be home reflecting on fun that I have had. And I like to be at home planning my next adventures. And I like to be home resting up from a busy social life and fun and late nights. So give that idea some serious thought. I'll give you a couple more little tidbits. My brother and sister are going to a big outdoor concert in a couple weeks, and they're going to be camping, and they've got a few other family members along and some friends. And camping is a lot of effort involved, and my mom is watching him get ready and saying, oh my gosh, that's the last thing I would want to do. That's her vision of this. And for my brother, who is younger than I am, that's the first thing he wants to do, is to have this fantastic experience with this concert and the camping involved with it. So he's early 50s, she's early 80s. You can see the difference, right? She has zero desire to do this, even though she could easily tag along and be a part of that, but she has zero desire. She would rather just stay home. And this age that you're going to not want to do anything, this will come sooner than you think. When a little before my dad died, he was 73 when he passed, but a number of months before that, I was invited to go to a Green Bay Packer NFL football game. It was in January. It was going to be one of these below zero games, but they were in the playoffs, right? And three of my buddies, my good buddies, were going. They invited me along, and I went, telling my dad about this, and he's like, man, that's the last thing I would want to do. Why do you want to do that, right? It's below zero. It's so much effort and struggle to get there. It's going to be colder than heck. Why don't you just sit home and watch it on TV? And I'm like, well, my friends invited me, right? This is the Packers. This is the playoffs. Of course I'm going to go, right? But the older you get, you're going to be at some point, I can't do it. I can't hack it. I'm not able. I don't want to. It's too much. It's too much effort. I'm going to be exhausted, and I'm going to be afraid, and I can't walk up the steps, and I can't deal with all those people, right? That's going to be what happens to you. I envision it as a cliff, and that you, at some point, the cliff is the end of your life, and you're walking toward it, and at some point you're going to get to the edge of the cliff and you're going to get pushed over, and that will be the end of your life. At minimum, you get pushed over the cliff, and you'll live out your life in a nursing home, or very, very limited in your home, with other people kind of doing most of the caring for you. Even if you keep some good health as you age, you're just going to be kind of hanging around that cliff, not really doing much. So as sad and as terrifying and as that is, I think I like to remind people that this is coming for you, and I remind myself to keep going and to keep enjoying my life now, because you don't know exactly when you're going to get up to the edge of that cliff. And like the people I have in my success journal who have passed, my friends and buddies from the past, they've fallen over the cliff. They have no enjoyment left. I would suggest that you get busy and start living your life and enjoying it now. All for now.